Joining us now from Western Illinois is head coach JD Gravina, student athletes Olivia Kaufman and Danny Nichols. We'll do a normal format with an opening statement from coach and then open up to questions to the student athletes. Go ahead, coach.
Thank you. Obviously, been coaching long enough. You get to do this type of press conference a lot, and it doesn't get any easier. But I thought Oral Roberts played really well, and it was a bad day to have a bad shooting night, and we're awfully dependent on our shooting, and that's something I'd like to kind of be able to try to remedy, in the future. But the big thing is I'm really proud of this team, and to tie for third in the tough league after the adversity we went through. The Summit League kind of had the theme of how Superman isn't a superhero, but everything that these players go through, it's a lot of the common fan doesn't realize all the things that they've gone through. And this team has been through more than probably any team I've ever coached, and we've had some really significant injuries right at the first start of conference, and I think a lot of people wrote us off, and our players deserve a lot of credit for sticking with it. And when 3 of your 4 seniors get injured, and they still try to be leaders off the court, but you miss that leadership on the court. And I thought this girl right here, Olivia Kaufman, did a phenomenal job bearing that load, and she's going to be one of the players I've missed probably more than any player I've ever coached.
Because whenever it seems like you guys get that momentum, they had that answer every time you guys were able to fight your way back into it.
Yeah, obviously the run that really killed us was right at the end of the second half. And it happened quick, and it was just a combination of stuff. We made a couple defensive mistakes. You leave Riley Torrey on a pitchback, something that we've worked on all week, and they took advantage of that. And then again, we didn't have the firepower offensively. We kind of went cold. And then now you're playing catch up, and when you're playing catch up, it's tough because even when you make that run, now maybe you cut. They still have an 8-point lead when you hit a couple shots, and so it's always harder to play catch up. And I think that run at the end of the second half really, really hurt us. We tried to press, we tried to trap, we tried to go zone, play man, tried to do some things to throw them off. And they've got a really good team. And someone asked why they're so tough to guard. They can score in the post. They're a really good shooting team. They can attack the basket, score, and get the free throw line. And that's basketball right there. So part of that is a good credit to them. And they're a team we have to play really well offensively to win. And obviously tonight we didn't play really well offensively.
You talked about Olivia. What has she meant? Because she's kind of been that bridge from the championship team to this kind of new era of players who really don't know what this atmosphere is like and what postseason play is really like.
Yeah, she's just been really important, and I give her a lot of credit because it's always hard to kind of feel like you take a step backwards. Of course, we hit the pinnacle of winning the league and winning the tournament, going to the NCAA tournament, and you're going to have, I think, a kind of a process to rebuild that. And I think every kid wants to get better as a team throughout their career and reach that pinnacle the senior year. And I think Olivia took it on her shoulders that, she got to enjoy that, but a big part of her career was that rebuilding process. And, I think this year, we're at 1 possession away from finishing outright third in the league with all the injuries we had. And I think she did that. I think she's got us going on the right track. And, I'm really, really proud of her. And she's a kid who, in 4 years, I don't think she ever came to practice in a bad mood. And that says a lot about her.
And now, you've got all these players back who have that experience. What's the plan? Where do you guys go from here now with 4 starters back and this group that got that minutes that they needed to get?
Yeah, that's why I talked about them in the locker room. Our team theme is our story continues. I'm excited to see the senior story continues, where their life goes, and really excited to see, we are still pretty young this year, 1 senior, 1 junior that played a lot of minutes, and we've got to be able to score around the basket, and I think Evan Czar is going to be a really good player. It's hard to remember she's just a sophomore. I remember Bro Thompson, she was a sophomore, and she's came a long way, and we're gonna need that type of improvement offensively out of Evan. We've got to improve our shooting, all things that we kind of have control over, but I think we have the pieces in place. We've got some good recruits coming in. I'm excited about the future.